Imagine stepping into a world painted in every shade of green you could possibly dream of. The air, warm and thick with the sweet smell of damp earth and blooming flowers, wraps around you like a soft blanket. This is the beginning of our journey into the tropical rainforest. A place buzzing with more life than anywhere else on Earth. Giant trees soar towards the sky, their massive leaves forming a dense ceiling, or canopy, that filters the sunlight into shimmering green and gold patterns on the forest floor below. It is a world of constant sound, a vibrant symphony of chirps, calls and rustles that tells you you are never truly alone here. As we venture deeper, the path becomes a narrow ribbon winding through a jungle of tangled vines and enormous moss-covered tree trunks. The leaves under our feet are soft and damp, muffling our footsteps. Every plant seems to be reaching for something, climbing over its neighbors, to get a tiny piece of the sunlight that struggles to break through the canopy. Ferns unfurl their delicate fronds, and brightly colored mushrooms sprout from decaying logs, adding dots of red and yellow to the sea of green. This is a living, breathing world, a giant green kingdom that holds countless secrets and wonders just waiting to be discovered. The sounds grow louder and more complex the further we go. A sudden loud squawk from high above might make you jump, a reminder that the trees are not just wood and leaves but are teeming with hidden residents. You might hear the gentle buzz of insects, the distant chatter of monkeys, or the croak of a tiny frog concealed in a leaf. It is a multi-layered orchestra where every creature plays its part. The jungle is a place of constant activity, a bustling metropolis of nature where something new is always happening, even if you cannot see it. The very air feels different here. It is heavy with moisture, a sign of the life-giving rain that frequently blesses this forest. You can almost feel the energy of the millions of plants and animals that call this place home. It is a feeling of immense power and ancient wisdom, as if the forest itself is a giant sleeping creature that has been here for millions of years. Our adventure has just begun, and the vibrant world of the tropical jungle is slowly revealing its incredible beauty and the countless lives that flourish within its green embrace. High above us, in the sun-drenched canopy, live the most dazzling residents of the rainforest, the tropical birds. They are like flying jewels, painting the green canvas with strokes of every color imaginable. Look closely, and you might see a toucan, with its enormous, rainbow-colored beak. This beak isn't just for show, it's surprisingly lightweight and helps the toucan reach fruits on branches that are too thin to support its weight. Their calls are a series of loud yelps, echoing through the trees as they hop from branch to branch, their bright colors a beacon in the leafy world. Then there are the parrots and macaws, the social butterflies of the jungle. They fly in noisy, colorful flocks, their feathers a brilliant mix of scarlet red, sapphire blue, and sunshine yellow. Macaws are incredibly intelligent and are known for their ability to mimic sounds, including human speech. They often mate for life, and you can see pairs preening each other's feathers with great care. Their loud, raucous calls are an essential part of the jungle's soundtrack, a boisterous announcement of their presence as they search for nuts and seeds to crack with their powerful beaks. Not all birds are loud and flashy. The resplendent quetzal, found in the cloud forests of Central America, is a bird of quiet elegance. The male has shimmering emerald-green feathers and a bright red chest, but its most famous feature is its incredibly long tail feathers, which can flow behind it like green ribbons as it flies. For ancient civilizations, the quetzal was a sacred bird, a symbol of freedom because it was said it could not survive in captivity. Finding one is like discovering a piece of living art, a breathtaking vision of grace and beauty. And we must not forget the smallest of them all, the hummingbird. These tiny dynamos are the helicopters of the bird world, able to fly forwards, backward, and even hover in mid-air. Their wings beat so fast they become a blur, creating a humming sound that gives them their name. They zip from flower to flower, drinking nectar with their long, slender beaks. Their feathers are iridescent, meaning they shimmer and change color in the light, flashing like tiny metallic rainbows as they dart through the undergrowth, full of boundless energy. While birds may rule the skies, the rainforest is also home to a magnificent cast of animals that master every other level of this green world. High in the canopy, monkeys leap through the branches with incredible agility. Spider monkeys use their long limbs and prehensile tails, a tail that can grip like a fifth hand, to swing effortlessly from tree to tree. Howler monkeys, on the other hand, announce their territory with a sound that lives up to their name. Their deafening roars can travel for miles through the dense forest, a powerful vocal display that makes them one of the loudest land animals on the planet. Down on the forest floor, larger and more elusive creatures roam. The majestic jungle elephant, smaller than its African savanna cousins, moves with surprising silence through the thick undergrowth, using its trunk to forage for leaves, bark, and fruit. It carves paths through the jungle that other animals can use. In the shadows, a leopard might be resting on a low branch, its beautifully spotted coat providing perfect camouflage against the dappled sunlight. These powerful cats are solitary hunters, masters of stealth, who patiently stalk their prey, from monkeys to deer, under the cover of darkness. The rivers and swamps of the jungle have their own powerful rulers. The crocodile, an ancient reptile that has existed since the time of the dinosaurs, lies patiently in the murky water. It often looks like a floating log, with only its eyes and nostrils visible above the surface. But with a sudden burst of speed, it can lunge at any animal that comes too close to the water's edge. Snakes, too, are masters of their environment. The giant anaconda of South America silently glides through the water, while tree-dwelling pythons wrap themselves around branches, waiting for an unsuspecting bird or mammal to pass by. The jungle floor is also a busy place for smaller, but equally fascinating creatures. Poison dart frogs display dazzling colors of blue, red, and yellow as a warning to predators. "I am poisonous, do not eat me." Chameleons slowly patrol branches, their skin changing color to match their surroundings, while their eyes move independently, one looking forward for prey, and the other looking backward for danger. Every creature, big or small, has found a special way to survive and thrive in this complex and competitive world, making the rainforest a showcase of nature's endless creativity. The jungle is not just one big forest, it is a collection of thousands of smaller, hidden worlds, each with its own unique inhabitants and rules. Look closely at a bromeliad, a plant that grows on tree branches and looks like a leafy cup. After a rainstorm, this cup fills with water, creating a tiny, private pond, high up in the canopy. For many creatures, this little pool is their entire universe. Tadpoles of poison dart frogs grow up here, safe from the fish in the rivers below. Tiny insects, snails, and even salamanders can live their whole lives within the watery world of a single bromeliad. Even a single giant tree can be a world of its own, a vertical city, teeming with life from its roots to its highest leaves. The base of the tree might be home to burrowing animals and armies of leafcutter ants, which march in long lines carrying pieces of leaves back to their underground nests to grow fungus for food. Farther up the trunk, lizards and geckos hunt for insects hidden in the bark. In the branches, monkeys and sloths make their homes, while birds nest in the forks of limbs. The very top of the tree, the emergent layer, is a sunny perch for eagles and macaws, offering a bird's-eye view of the entire forest. The rivers that snake through the jungle are another distinct world, a lifeline for the entire ecosystem. Along the muddy banks you might see capybaras, the world's largest rodents, grazing peacefully in groups. In the water, river dolphins, sometimes a surprising shade of pink, hunt for fish using echolocation. Piranhas, often feared but mostly scavengers, swim in schools, while giant river otters play and hunt with incredible energy. These rivers are the highways of the jungle, used by animals to travel and find food, and their waters support a rich diversity of aquatic life that is just as vibrant as the life on land. Life in the jungle is all about adaptation, finding a special trick to survive. The three-toed sloth is a master of saving energy. It moves so slowly that algae can grow on its fur, providing it with excellent camouflage among the green leaves. The Jesus Christ lizard has a startling ability. It can run across the surface of water on its hind legs to escape from predators. Many insects have evolved to look exactly like leaves or twigs, a clever form of disguise called mimicry. Every one of these adaptations is a small story of survival, a unique solution to the challenges of living in the bustling, competitive world of the rainforest. The rainforest is never silent. From the first light of dawn to the deepest dark of night, it is filled with a rich and complex symphony of sounds. As the sun begins to rise, the first performers in this natural orchestra begin to tune up. The howler monkeys are often the first to be heard, their deep, guttural roars serving as a powerful alarm clock for the entire jungle. Soon after, the birds join in. The cheerful chirps of small songbirds mix with the loud, repetitive calls of toucans and the squawks of parrots, creating a joyful and chaotic morning chorus that celebrates the arrival of a new day. As the day warms up, the symphony changes. The buzzing of countless insects becomes a constant humming backdrop to the other sounds. Cicadas begin their high-pitched electric drone, a sound so loud it can sometimes feel like it is vibrating in your bones. A sudden crack of a breaking branch might signal a monkey leaping through the trees, or perhaps an elephant pushing its way through the undergrowth. From the forest floor comes the gentle croaking of frogs hidden among the damp leaves, each species with its own unique call, a secret language used to find a mate or warn off a rival. When the rain comes, the music of the jungle transforms once again. It often starts as a gentle patter on the leaves high in the canopy, a soft drumming sound that gradually builds in intensity. Soon, it becomes a torrential downpour, a roar of water that seems to wash the entire world clean. During the storm, many animals fall silent and take shelter. But once the rain begins to soften, a new set of performers takes the stage. The frogs, who love the moisture, begin to call with renewed energy, their voices filling the refreshed air with a chorus of croaks, chirps, and peeps. As night falls, a completely different orchestra takes over. The daytime birds and monkeys go to sleep, and the nocturnal creatures emerge. The air fills with the chirps of crickets and the strange calls of night birds like the potu, whose haunting, mournful cry can send a shiver down your spine. You might hear the rustle of leaves as a tapir forages on the forest floor, or the faint snap of a twig that betrays the movement of a silent predator like a leopard. The nighttime symphony is quieter, more mysterious, a subtle and ancient music that speaks of the hidden life that thrives under the cover of darkness. Life in the rainforest is a constant, intricate dance of survival. Every day animals engage in dramatic contests, beautiful rituals, and clever tricks to find food, attract a mate, and avoid becoming someone else's meal. One of the most spectacular performances is the mating dance of the birds of paradise. The male birds have incredibly ornate feathers, which they display in elaborate routines. They might hang upside down, fan their feathers into a giant, colorful shield, or perform a bouncy jig on a specially cleaned branch, all to impress a female and prove he is the strongest and most handsome choice. Fights for territory and dominance are also a common sight. Two rival poison dart frogs might engage in a wrestling match, grappling with each other until one is flipped onto its back in surrender. Troops of monkeys will have noisy squabbles over a particularly fruitful tree, chasing each other through the branches with loud shrieks and chattering. Even animals that seem peaceful can be fierce when they need to be. A mother elephant will fearlessly charge at any predator that threatens her calf, her immense size and power a clear warning to stay away from her family. The relationship between predator and prey is another key part of this dance. A jaguar, the largest cat in the Americas, moves with silent, deadly grace. It is a powerful hunter, able to take down prey as large as a tapir or a caiman. But its prey is not helpless. A deer has keen hearing and a powerful sense of smell to detect danger, and its speed and agility give it a chance to escape. A chameleon avoids being seen by blending in perfectly with its surroundings, a strategy of invisibility. This constant back and forth between hunter and hunted ensures that the jungle's ecosystem remains balanced. This dance of life is not always about conflict, it is also about cooperation. Monkeys and birds will often feed in the same trees, with the birds acting as lookouts. Their sharp eyesight can spot predators from far away, and their alarm calls will warn the monkeys of the approaching danger. Leafcutter ants work together as a superorganism, with millions of individuals acting as one to build their nests and farm their food. This web of interactions, both competitive and cooperative, is what makes the rainforest so resilient and dynamic, a beautiful and sometimes brutal ballet of survival. Deep within the heart of the rainforest, where the trees are oldest and the shadows are longest, there are people who know the jungle better than anyone else. They are the indigenous people, guardians of this ancient world whose ancestors have lived here for thousands of years. We might catch a glimpse of an explorer from one of these tribes moving silently through the undergrowth. He moves not like a visitor, but like a part of the forest itself. His footsteps are quiet, his eyes are sharp, and he understands the jungle's many languages. The snap of a twig, the call of a bird, the scent of a flower on the wind. This explorer does not need a map or a compass. The sun, the stars, and the subtle changes in the landscape are his guides. He knows which plants can be used for medicine, which fruits are safe to eat, and which insects can deliver a painful sting. He can look at a footprint in the mud and tell you not only that a jaguar passed by, but how long ago and in which direction it was heading. He has a deep respect for every living thing in the forest, understanding that each creature, from the smallest ant to the largest elephant, plays a vital role in the health of the jungle. He watches the animals not just with curiosity, but with a profound understanding of their behavior. He sees the subtle flick of a deer's ear that signals it has heard a distant sound. He notices the way a family of monkeys communicates through soft gestures and quiet calls, a private conversation hidden from most observers. He can tell from the frantic flight of small birds that a snake might be hiding in the branches nearby. For him, the jungle is not a collection of separate things. It is a single, interconnected community where every life is woven together in a delicate and complex tapestry. From these ancient guardians, we learn that the rainforest is not just a place of incredible biodiversity, but also a place of deep wisdom. They teach us that we are not separate from nature, but a part of it. Their quiet, respectful way of living in harmony with the forest is a powerful lesson for the modern world. They are the keepers of the jungle's secrets, the living libraries of its history. By listening to their whispers, carried on the jungle breeze, we can begin to understand the true meaning of conservation and our own responsibility to protect this precious green kingdom. For all its power and resilience, this vibrant green world is surprisingly fragile. The beautiful birds and magnificent animals we have met on our journey are facing serious threats, and their jungle home is in danger of disappearing. One of the biggest threats is habitat loss. Every day, huge areas of rainforest are cut down to make way for farms, cattle ranches, and roads. When the trees are destroyed, the homes of countless creatures are destroyed with them. The toucans, monkeys, and leopards have nowhere to go, and their populations begin to shrink as their world gets smaller and smaller. Another grave danger is poaching and the illegal pet trade. Many of the world's most beautiful birds, like the hyacinth macaw, are captured from the wild to be sold as pets. This is a cruel business that harms the birds and devastates their wild populations. Similarly, animals like elephants are hunted for their ivory tusks, and leopards are hunted for their beautiful skins. This illegal hunting is pushing many species towards extinction, silencing their calls and removing their colors from the jungle's rich tapestry forever. The demand for these exotic products creates a dangerous market that puts a price on the heads of these incredible creatures. The damage does not stop at the animals themselves. When the forest is cleared, the delicate balance of the ecosystem is broken. The soil, no longer held in place by tree roots, can be washed away by the heavy rains, polluting the rivers and harming the fish and other aquatic life. The loss of the rainforest also affects the entire planet. These forests are often called the lungs of the earth because they absorb huge amounts of carbon dioxide and produce the oxygen we all need to breathe. Losing them contributes to climate change, making our world warmer and altering weather patterns globally. Some of the most iconic birds of the jungle are now endangered, meaning they are at a very high risk of disappearing completely. The brilliant Spix's macaw is already believed to be extinct in the wild, its cheerful chatter gone from the Brazilian forests it once called home. The magnificent Philippine eagle, a giant hunter of the canopy, is critically endangered, with only a few hundred pairs left. These are not just sad stories, they are urgent warnings. If we do not act to protect these fragile paradises, the symphony of the jungle could fall silent, and its feathered jewels could become just a memory. Our journey through the jungle has shown us a world of breathtaking beauty, incredible ingenuity, and vibrant life. We have seen the rainbow beaks of toucans, heard the mighty roar of howler monkeys, and marveled at the silent grace of a leopard. The rainforest is a treasure chest of natural wonders, a living library of evolution that has taken millions of years to write its incredible stories. But as we have also seen, this treasure is under threat. The future of this green kingdom and all the creatures that call it home depends not on the animals themselves, but on us. We must become the guardians of its green heart. Conservation is the key to protecting this precious world. It means working to save the habitats that these animals need to survive. This can be done by creating national parks and protected reserves where trees cannot be cut down and animals are safe from hunters. It also involves working with local communities to find ways for people and wildlife to live alongside each other peacefully. Reforestation projects, where people plant new trees in areas that have been cleared, can help to heal the scars on the land and slowly bring the jungle back to life, one sapling at a time. Every one of us has a role to play in this important mission. No matter how far from the jungle we live, we can make a difference by learning as much as we can about the rainforest and sharing its wonders with our friends and family. We can support organizations that are working on the ground to protect habitats and fight poaching. We can also make thoughtful choices in our daily lives, ensuring the products we buy, like paper and wood, come from sustainable sources that do not contribute to deforestation. Every small action, when multiplied by millions of people, can create a powerful wave of change. As our adventure comes to an end, let the sounds and colors of the rainforest stay with you. Remember the hummingbird darting like a tiny jewel, the intelligence in a parrot's eye, and the ancient wisdom in the rustle of the leaves. This world is too precious to lose. Let us carry a sense of wonder and a spirit of responsibility in our hearts. The jungle is calling, and it needs our help. Perhaps our next journey will take us to the misty cloud forests of Costa Rica, another paradise filled with its own unique secrets waiting for us to explore, to appreciate, and to protect.